Hey everyone, my name is Jack and I want to tell you how I was able to get 2 free round-trip airline tickets for my honeymoon this past summer through a little something called travel hacking. It saved my wife and I hundreds of dollars with hardly any effort. Travel hacking is using credit card points to get free airfare and hotels for your trips. And the best part is, it's entirely legal. Usually you do this by signing up for a credit card offering a sign-up bonus. You then take those points and apply them for free travel. And thankfully, there's tons of these cards out there offering these sorts of bonuses that you can use. In my case, I signed up for the American Advantage card through an in-flight offer that offered 60,000 bonus miles for signing up for the card and paying the annual fee, which was $95 at the time. Needless to say, I signed up for the card, paid the fee, made one purchase, which was the requirement at the time, and I got the 60,000 bonus miles, which was enough for 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere in the Caribbean, though the points could be used anywhere in the world. It just happened to be enough to cover our trip. Now, our trip was from Chicago to the Cayman Islands, and one round-trip ticket at the time cost about $350, so in the end, my wife and I saved about $700 just from the points alone for signing up for a credit card. It was that easy. As an added bonus, the card also had no foreign transaction fees, which was helpful when we were spending abroad. But again, the big bonus was that we were able to get free travel just by signing up for the card and getting the points. Now, who can travel hack? Thankfully, you don't need to have an 800 credit score or a huge income or anything like that. But you do need a credit score, ideally in the 700s, and at least some income to report to credit agencies. But that's about the same with any decent credit card. If you've recently applied for a new credit card, it might not be the best time to try and travel hack, because having a recent hard inquiry can deter creditors from giving you a new card. Creditors generally don't like to lend to people who are aggressively looking for new credit, and someone with a recent hard inquiry would fall into that category. Now, if you already have a rewards card, you can keep spending to earn points to use towards future trips. Now, it's probably a lot slower than signing up for the introductory bonus, but it works the same way in the end. You get points and you can use them for free travel. In short, just about anyone can travel hack so long as your credit is intact and you're responsible when taking out a credit card. Now, how do you travel hack? Thankfully, there's a ton of different offers that are going on at any given time. I've included a link in the description so you can see some of the best available offers right now. Most of the time, all you need to do is find an offer, apply for it online, get the points, and then spend them. It's really that easy. Thankfully, with online applications, you can usually get approved instantly or within minutes if they don't need any sort of income verification or anything like that. So it can happen very quickly to get these points. Usually, once you get approved, you'll have to meet some minimum spend or some pretty simple requirement from the credit companies to then get the points to use towards your free travel. Now, after you redeem the points and take your trip, you can choose to hang on to the card and keep accumulating points over time, but again, this would be a lot slower than just taking a new introductory bonus with a different card, but it's an option for you nonetheless if you don't want to take out another card or if some circumstances change that it doesn't make sense to take a new card and instead you want to hang on to the one you currently have. Although this is probably a lot slower, it's still just as effective in getting you the free travel that you deserve. Now, what are the drawbacks to travel hacking? Well, most of them are the same as what you'd have with taking out any credit card. There is a risk with taking out credit cards that you might ding your score if you miss a payment or anything like that. That's why it's very important that you're responsible with any credit card you take out, whether it's for an introductory bonus or to keep it long term. It's very important that you always at least make minimum payments, that you really should be paying off your credit cards in full at the end of each month. Whenever you apply for a new card, having a recent hard inquiry will ding your score a bit, but thankfully that usually fixes itself in a few months, and any credit that you put onto the card can hopefully boost your credit history a little bit to make up for that slight ding in your credit score. Now, another drawback is that many travel cards have annual fees that you have to pay. The American card that I had, as I mentioned, had a $95 per year fee. Usually they hover around there, around $100 per year, though they range anywhere from about $50 all the way up to $300 or more, depending on the card that you have and the perks that come with it. Now, if you're just taking out the card for the introductory offer and don't plan on using it after that, it probably makes sense to close the card after you take your trip to avoid having to pay the annual fee again once that time comes around, because that's just money out of your pocket for something that you're not going to be using. But when you do that, you will lose the credit history that you may have built up over that short time that you had the card, and the hard inquiry will still stay on your credit history, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, another drawback is sometimes travel points can expire. This is something to keep in mind whenever you're signing up just to get an introductory bonus, because they may not last forever, and you'd hate to go through all that work to get the points and then watch them disappear before you have the chance to use them and still be left with a hard inquiry on your record. No one wants that. So always be careful to figure out whether or not the points expire, and if they do expire, be sure to use them before they do. Finally, there are a finite amount of these deals out there. There's only so many cards that you can churn through before you get through all of those nice introductory offers. However, there are a ton of these deals out there, and they equate to hundreds of thousands of points, which also equates to dozens of trips that you can be taking, so it'll take a while to get through all of them. Now, there are always new offers that are coming out periodically, so hopefully this will never really be an issue of running out of these introductory offers, but it is something to keep in mind. To sum up, travel hacking is a fantastic money-saving opportunity, and something that anyone with a decent credit score should at least look into. The points are there for the taking. Your dream vacation may be a lot cheaper than you might have thought of before. Or maybe you have a friend's wedding coming up out of state that you feel obliged to go to, and travel hacking could be a great way to cover the cost of the flight. If only I had let all of my out-of-state friends know about this video before my wedding. If you found this video helpful, be sure to drop a like below. If you have any questions or comments or experiences that you've had with travel hacking, be sure to comment below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a new video. Till next time, take care.